If you rehearse a conversation in your head but never actually have it or freeze when you try to speak up, it's not a communication issue, it's actually your nervous system trying to protect you. Today, I'm breaking down why expression feels unsafe in your body, how survival psychology actually shapes your ability to use your voice, and why telling a people pleaser to just speak up doesn't actually work. So let's start with the most important part, because I need you to understand that speaking up is not a communication skill, it is a nervous system safety issue. Your body actually needs to feel safe before you can be honest, assertive, or self-expressed. If your upbringing taught you that speaking up led to conflict, rejection, punishment, or loss of belonging, you actually learned as a survival mechanism that silence is safe. I want you to think about a child disagreeing with their parent, and that might be met with yelling or disappointment or a lost sense of belonging, or even like the silent treatment. Versus if that same child then minimizes their need, appeases, stays quiet, doesn't disagree, becomes the easy child, doesn't ask for anything or want attention, all of a sudden that is going to be met with praise and love and attention. This is really important to understand, because in that moment, the child does not go, oh, okay, I'm going to be a people pleaser. All of their thinking is that this behavior equates to this outcome. It's a pattern that they've begun to recognize over time that has kept them safe, familiar, predictable, so that is what they're going to repeat. It's important you understand that, because if you see any part of yourself in that, I need you to know that that is survival psychology, that is not your personality. This is really important later on when we talk about behavior change. Now, here's the really interesting part, because that exact same child in adulthood grows up to become the person who says, I know what I want, but I just can't say it. Or I know I need help, but I can't ask for it. Oh, this person wants it this way, so I'll just go with that. Or I've rehearsed what I'm going to say, but I still can't bring myself to say it. It's not because they lack communication skills, it's because their nervous system still equates expression, self-expression, speaking up as a threat, not with safety. So in order to be able to make change, we have to know what's happening. So now I'm going to go through when you try to speak up and you freeze, or you don't even get to that point, what is actually going on in your body. Before you even open your mouth, your nervous system is scanning. Am I safe? Will this cause me disconnection? Is this going to create conflict? Can I actually say this? These are the questions that your nervous system subconsciously is going to start to answer. This is called neuroception, your unconscious threat detection system. Neuroception happens faster than your own thoughts, so you cannot control it with logic, which is exactly why you can't outthink your way from something your body believes. So if your body believes it's not safe for you to speak up, even logically, if you think it is, you won't. When your body detects a threat to your expression, you're going to move into a trauma response, which most people know as fight, flight, fawn, or freeze. And if you're a people pleaser, almost always that is going to be a version of fawning or freezing. Fawning is going to be where you agree and you appease and you minimize your own needs and you just go with whatever the other person or other people are saying. Freezing is more so when you shut down or you go blank or you dissociate or you just kind of take a step back silently. Now remember, these are body-based survival strategies, not active choices. Over time, those strategies have shaped into identity masks. Now, this is where I see my clients get stuck, because they say to me, no, this is just who I am. It is a mask you have created to protect and feel safe. Masks are designed to keep the peace, avoid conflict, maintain approval, prevent chaos, earn worth, reduce attention, and secure belonging. So of course, speaking up is going to feel unsafe because you were trained to survive through suppression. Now, here's the painful part, because most of the adult clients that I work with, they are bright, they are self-reflective, they are self-aware, they may journal, they may meditate, they know what's going on, they know how they feel, they just struggle to express it or communicate it, which creates a misalignment, a disconnect within the body. So there's an internal and an external showing up. Internally, you go, I know what I want, I know what I feel, I know what I need. But externally, you go, I don't say it, I don't assert it, I don't even ask for it. The takeaway here is that you are not confused, you are simply constrained. Your nervous system is keeping you stuck. So you are not confused, you are constrained. I want you to understand that, because when people say, oh, you just need to work on your communication, you need better communication skills, you need to communicate what you need, they're missing the entire point. When your nervous system associates expression with danger, no communication skill or any skill is going to override that. So at this point, you do not need scripts on what to say and how to speak up. You need to build internal psychological safety. So how do we start to change this? Because the answer is not just speak up, try it, you'll get there. That's not the answer. I often work from 4 different parts. Part 1 is inner child work, understanding when suppression became safety. The second thing is nervous system regulation. We have to start to build safety internally, not relationally. Relationally means in the realm of working with others, outside of yourself. We need to bring it inside, internal. Third is restoring the narrative. So you need to identify the mask, and that will allow us to begin to do the work to loosen it. And then 4, I always bring in tough compassion, because ultimately we have to challenge the pattern without shaming it. That is truly how I work with my clients to shift from self-abandonment into safety and expression and authenticity. Not by forcing the expression, but by rebuilding the safety and the identity. If this resonated, I want you to remind yourself that you know who you are. It's just about working on building the safety to express the truest form of your identity. In my work, I help people pleasers restory their beliefs and regulate their nervous systems so that the psychological safety becomes attainable. If you want to go deeper, feel free to check out some of the free and paid resources that I have in the description box below to see what fits your needs. If you've made it this far, I create new videos every single week, so please subscribe. My primary goal is to make this psychological information more accessible worldwide. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.